A productive day in my life training for an ultra marathon is extremely challenging. But if I want to rip across the bright red tape at the finish line next May, I need to ensure each day's fueling, diet, training, and mindset is all on point so I can feel that sense of quiet confidence screaming in my gut on the car ride home knowing that I just ran 100 miles.
Good morning. It's about 6:30 in the morning. Welcome to a day in my life training for a 100-mile ultra marathon. Wake-ups vary every day. Depends on if I have work, school, or neither. Yesterday was a work night, which means I woke up at 5:30 this morning because I wanted to get about 8 hours of sleep. But after I wake up, it's pretty much the same every day. I just get my pre-run fuel in. Normally consists of a banana with peanut butter and honey, or just a banana with honey. Today's a lighter workout, so it was just a banana with honey because we don't need all that extra fuel. Today's run is a 6-mile recovery run. This is our first 60-mile week that we're hitting. Tomorrow is a 12-mile long run, and then Sunday is a 17-mile long run, which should be pretty exciting. I feel so good during my Sunday long runs, but today's workout, I'm really just focusing on keeping that heart rate low. I'm not wearing my heart rate monitor because I'm filming. I love to run in the mornings every day because it sets up the rest of my day for a very clear-headed mindset. And when I have an hour to 2 hours, either listening to a book or just in my own head, I can focus more on the present moment and think through any thoughts which need to get taken care of early in the morning, so the rest of my day I can really focus on the work that's in front of me.
I'd rather cry than let you drive me crazy, lose my mind, and I swear I might die if I cared more, but you're not worth the time. You never put me up front 'cause it's your spotlight. I'm in the backseat of my own car. I'd rather cry than let you drive me crazy one more night.
We are about 2.5 miles into our 6-mile easy run. This morning is slow because I've been having to stop and film, which is uncomfortable and annoying, but it's part of the process. Enduring the same thing each day has taught me that I am strong enough to feel whatever emotion there is to feel. Whatever emotion I'm afraid of feeling, running in the mornings has taught me, man, if you do this each morning, you are strong enough to conquer that fear of not being judged or your face turning red in a social situation and feeling weak, which are all okay. It's taught me, man, I am strong enough to endure these things. So enduring suffering each day, especially in the morning, has preached to myself that you are strong, you are capable, and you are able to push through and endure the difficult times.
Okay, we are enjoying our nice post-run meal right now. This is definitely my favorite part of the day. I don't know how this thing, it might not even be healthy, but to me it sounds healthy if it's healthy protein powder. It's so sweet and so delicious. Overnight oats is my favorite thing ever, and we are totally molly-whopping those. Something that I do every single day, especially after my run, is journal. This guy is filled with tasks that I'm going to do or new ideas that I have, and it puts things down on paper so that ideas in your head don't just stay in your head, they get done. And doing it after my run every day allows me to take my most creative thoughts of the day from my run, put them down on paper, and look at them at least once a week so I know, okay, this is what needs to get done, here's what I'm doing incorrectly, here's what I like that I'm doing, and here's a really solid idea that I probably should pursue. Most of it comes from these post-run thoughts that I write down in these pages and pages and pages of journal that I do every day. Normally, as I sit down to get into a YouTube editing session, I am fairly clear-headed. Recently, my mind has been very discombobulated, and I have been pretty much present none throughout my day. I'm kind of just on autopilot, and it's hard to regain this presence back, especially when I'm just in a routine. But I am fairly efficient in my work sessions at this point in my day. I normally try and sit down for about 4 hours in the morning from about 9 to 1 p.m. But this is where some deep work gets done. And the overarching goals that we are working to for this currently is to spread the mission that there is no challenge too big to overcome. That you can literally push through whatever pain you're facing. Because that's the truth. And I don't know if this is what I'm being called to do in my life from God, and I really don't think it is. But at least for the next 8 months, about until I finish this 100-mile ultra, I am going all in on pursuing YouTube. And these big work sessions, the 4-hour work sessions with like a 5-minute break in between, especially in the morning when my mind is fresh, allows me to get some deep work done and spread that mission and spread that message. Alright, so I normally eat lunch at about 1:30. From about 1 to 1:30, I will pack my overnight oats for the next day, get my electrolyte drink ready for the next day, and just smack down on my favorite meal of all time, ground beef and rice. I love it. It's so good. Not only because the taste, but also because the carbohydrates that are in here, which are going to fuel me for tomorrow's run. The beef, the delicious protein, and I douse it with all my favorite seasonings, salt, pepper, garlic, hot sauce, and it just makes it so good. This break that I have from about 1 to 2 really does, honestly, mainly here just to get some stuff done, to eat, to get my things for tomorrow. I try not to rush during this time. I try and take things slow, and if I need to, take 5 to 10 minutes literally just to stand outside and do absolutely nothing. I often eat my lunch outside. My neighbor's mowing his lawn today, so I had to eat it in here. But I would consider this break a creative reset, which allows me to produce more and understand what I'm going to do later, like read the Bible, read books, and work on videos while smacking down some delicious food, and just try to take this time of the day to enjoy a little break. Alright, so at about 2 o'clock, I sit down on this couch, sorry about the dogs, and think and read my Bible for about 45 minutes. I normally will get 4 chapters done-ish. Right now, I'm on the book of Exodus, and recently I've switched my Bible reading up to 45 minutes, and let me explain why. I feel like I'm being called to preach or do something with the Bible, and there's certain reasons why I think this is happening. Every time I pray, God, what's my path? What's my mission? Teach me where I have to go. Something like that will come up with me preaching. Like, for example, one time I was in a car ride with my mom, and a couple days before, I was praying, God, what's my path? Is it YouTube or is it preaching? But after I prayed, God, what's my path? My mom randomly was just like, I had a dream about you last night becoming a priest. Bunch of stuff has happened like that. And this is why I've updated to 45 minutes a day of Bible reading, because this is my future. I really need to start learning a lot more about this. But God knows what I want more than I know what I want. And it's not about me, it's about His mission and His plans, so. How's work? Okay, sitting down for some dinner. It's about 5:30 right now is normally when I eat. Still the last bit of salmon tonight. Feel kind of bad about it, but not really, because there's only like that much salmon left. There's a little bit more on there. Basically, after dinner, I always just try and spend time with people is the main goal, but that's very difficult right now because of the transition from high school to college. I'm figuring it out though. I'm definitely meeting people, and it's becoming closer and closer to me having that group of people that I hang out with after, so that's good. Also, our brand, what we are trying to do is improve young men's mental health. That is our goal. That's the ultimate objective. And I have been in a place where I haven't been the most mentally healthy, and I haven't felt good about who I was, what I was doing, and I've made that transition and am still completely making that transition into a more stronger, more confident version of myself. And if you want that improved mental health, make sure to click that first link in the description where we can get you on your way to accomplishing your goals and in turn improving your mental health. All right, I cannot wait to dig into this meal though. Salmon, rice, we got some green beans up in here too. It's going to be delicious. A productive day in my life doesn't just get me closer to my goals. It preaches to myself that I have worth, I am capable, and I am strong. Although there are still times where I anxiously overthink about if I can trust my mind, and I struggle with certain emotions, especially the fear of being less than, the daily routine is a foundational component that pushes me far beyond my limits and layers the bricks as I slowly spread the message that, man, you can hurt, you can struggle, but you can always suffer through.